Okay, so what are we doing? Are we doing writing for science fiction, Star Wars world building for sci-fi? Probably not that one because Josh is not here. Neither Bernard. And I would just be talking for myself.
We could do these. Number 3.
Biographies of Litpen team, why we became designers. If we could have any other occupation, what would it be? How we work together as a team. Sure, let's do that. Alright, well, hey, welcome to Litpen. This is our vlog episode number 4, and it's a new year in 2016, and so we just wanted to share a couple things with you. We're going to talk about the biographies of the Litpen team today, and we have the whole Litpen team, so we have...
all 3 of us!
Yes! So if we're a little slow on development sometimes, it's because all 3 of us, and we all work, and some of us even go to school and work and do Litpen. So we have Michelle, she is our... Filmmaker? No, but what's your title? Your title is...
Public Relations Manager.
There we go. And then we have Rachel.
I'm the designer for Litpen.
Yes. And the title though, what's the title?
Chief Creative Officer.
Okay. What?
I just gave that to myself.
She really just did, like, at this moment. Whatever, it doesn't matter. And my name is Jesus, and my title is CEO and lead software engineer. But the CEO part I don't really care about. The software engineering part is what I really care about.
So you get to say CEO, and I can't say CCO.
We should have talked about this before. Anyways, moving on. So, why did you become a designer, Rachel?
Ever since I was a little kid, I liked making things for people, like drawing. I was never a great drawer per se, but I would always like make handmade cards for my family. I would always find some way to be making some sort of arts and craftsy type of thing. So that grew into me doing flyers and things for my church events.
Okay.
And so there was a graphic designer at the church who saw what I was doing and she thought it was good and she really encouraged me in that direction. So
you want to give a shout out? Like first name?
Sure, yeah. Her name is Suzette Peterson. She was actually my first HTML CSS teacher.
Oh, that's cool. A mentor.
Totally. And she like gave me grunt work to do, so I would crop photos for her, mask photos for her, and it was always just a hobby until she showed me that it could be something serious work. And
you met her where?
Through church.
Okay.
Through church.
And so she's kind of like your Obi-Wan Kenobi. Yeah. Okay, very cool.
She's very humble about it though. Like I sent her an email a few years ago just saying thank you for putting me on this path. I wouldn't be here without you, and she just said, well, I didn't do anything. Thank you, but really you got yourself here.
That's awesome. Very cool. So after Suzette, obviously you got to college. And did you go in with the major of graphic design, or did you have to like kind of find your way until you got to that major?
I definitely bounced around. I wanted to be a psychologist first, and then I thought about doing acting and theater. Then I also did music for about a year before I decided to settle with graphic design.
Okay. So why did you have to not why? What made you settle on graphic design?
My brother had just moved back into town after being away for a long time, and he was looking for a college to go to, and at the time he didn't have a license, so I was giving him a ride, and one of the schools he checked out specialized in graphic design, and I thought, hey, maybe I could go to school here too. And so I talked to what are they called?
A counselor?
Yes. I talked to one of the counselors there.
An advisor?
Yeah, student advisors, and they got me in. I applied. My mom said, yes, you can go to this school. And so I ended up attending, and my brother didn't.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So it's kind of a funny story.
Michelle, why did you become a filmmaker?
I think for me, my family just loves movies in general.
Yes.
Like they know like every single movie, every single actor, everything.
They don't know every single movie, but okay.
Okay. Anyway, and that kind of started with my grandpa, because he went to the movies since he was little, and he even like slept walked to the theater when he was like 8 years old or something, trying to go see a movie, and so. Yeah.
Sorry. How did he get home?
His mom like knew that he left the house, and so she was like running after him, and he was at the bus stop waiting for the bus to come so he could go see a movie. He's like in his pajamas and everything.
Wow.
Yeah. So he was like so obsessed with movies, and then I believe that got my brother involved in filmmaking. He got this black and white camcorder, and he would just film me like 24/7, like always filming me. Like he's like, do something interesting, and like, no, I don't want to. And then it just slowly evolved into me becoming this hammy actress and like doing all these stupid like short films and stuff. It was pretty funny. Like I still have them all. I put them all on DVD, but there's like evil twin. So I had a twin that was like trying to kill me and stuff, and then there was another one. We actually adapted a comic book character, Captain Underpants, into a film.
I've seen that. That's actually really good.
Yeah, so we had like my cousin Killian play Captain Underpants, but he had like underwear outside of his cargo shorts and stuff, so he's like running around naked around. It was really crazy. But
nakedness.
yeah, so just like it was just a lot of fun. Like I remember that's what I would do when I would get home from school. Then later on we started getting more serious about it, like, well, how can we make these look better? And so we started getting better cameras and a green screen and different stuff like that. So we kept trying to like evolve the skill of filmmaking. And then that turned into people beginning to ask us, can you make a film for our event, or can you make a promo video for us? My brother started branching off into animation more, and so that's what he's doing right now. But I started finding my love for film because there was a time when I thought maybe I should be an elementary school teacher, just because I didn't want to deal with high school kids, but I wanted to teach stuff because I wanted to do something that would like help the world or something. And I definitely didn't want to be a nurse because I get weak at the sight of blood sometimes. And so that wouldn't have been good. I guess it clicked in my head one day that like, why not just take a chance on this? Like, because I love it so much, like why not make this my career path? I really feel like filmmaking is something that I can express myself in, and I can show people a new perspective on the world. And like I could tell them my opinion through film, which I don't do like through my mouth, but yeah. I do it through film, I guess. So that's my way of like sharing my opinion with people and being outspoken indirectly, I guess. So yeah.
Yeah, and I think like working with both of you over the past 3 years, you guys are good at like you're a great filmmaker, you're a great designer, and so it's cool, and you're both passionate about these different areas that I am not skilled in at all. I like to say I'm a little bit of a designer, you know, but then usually in meetings I get slapped down. And I've directed one film, I've written and directed one film, but you know, it's not that good. But the point is that working together as a team, that's like leveraging the skills of my friends to help me get stuff done. That's really what this has been all about. Very cool. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Yeah. No, it's all awkward. No, so from a programming standpoint, I'll just skip a lot of like the origin story. I think like what's great is that Rachel, you had like this cool origin story. You had like a mentor, and then Rochelle, you had like this origin story with like you and your brother making like Captain Underpants videos. I didn't have that. I really just like my dad brought in a Packard Bell computer when I was 9, and I played with it. but I don't have that story where like other like Steve Wozniak, Bill Gates, and these other guys that came in and just said, oh, I made a computer programming BASIC, and that's how I started on the Apple II. Or even like Mark Zuckerberg, he has a story where he created actual software in high school. I don't have that story. I literally would just kind of like, I saw it and I liked to play games, and that was what I did on a computer. And in high school, I started to realize that you could do something where you could modify programs. And I joined SWAT, which is Students Working for the Advancement of Technology, which is the nerdiest thing you could ever do in the high school I went to. Shout out to Gordon. And so through that, I learned about web development, HTML, CSS, but again, it was very basic. It was like GeoCities, Yahoo websites, very disgusting looking. They're not up anymore, so you can't look at them. And then I went to college, and I started as a nursing major, and went to 2 years of pre-nursing. Was going to make the transfer to actually finish my degree and get a bachelor's, and I switched to computer science. And that's where I do have to shout out to Lance and to a couple other people that come to mind that said, hey, you can make money programming games. So I got into programming because I wanted to program games. There, going back to the whole idea of playing video games on doing Packard Bell. And but then eventually I learned that I don't want to do full-time game development in the game industry as it is today. Maybe indie, maybe later on. But I got into web development. I got really excited with that, and I enjoyed it so much that I started to do it as a full-time career once I got my degree. And at the same time, and again, this is not like a glamorous story, I was a big slacker in college. And so while I'm in class for like artificial intelligence and I'm supposed to hear this lecture and take notes, I am literally like writing code and just playing around and experimenting with different libraries and APIs and SDKs to build stuff. Like I just like building stuff, and programming to me is the way I'm able to do that. And it's also like an art form to me. So that's really where I came from. I didn't have a mentor that said, hey, let me show you these basics. I watched like I watched films like what's that, Live Free or Die Hard 4, which was the hacker one, and I would like put that on one CRT monitor, and I'd open up like a Python idle editor, and I'd write little Python scripts to do basic calculations, and I'd watch the hackers, and I'd be like, I'm gonna be that guy one day. It was dumb. I'm not like super crazy. I just like building products, and I like to do that through programming. So.
That's still a cool story though, and my story isn't really that glamorous either. Like I went to like the equivalent of what would be like the ITT Tech of art schools. Like that is not glamorous at all. Like I can't tell people like, oh, I went to Mount Sierra College, because they go, oh, do you mean you went to Mount SAC?
Oh.
And I'm like, no.
Hey, don't hate on Mount SAC. I got love for Mount SAC.
No, I love Mount SAC. Mount SAC was a great school. I spent a couple years there, but like
Professor Ville, appreciate you. Yeah. Computer science.
It's nice to hear that my story sounds glamorous, but really it's not.
Yeah.
And that's really cool about stories, is that there doesn't have to be this sweeping epic story of how I became a designer, and like I spent a year studying under like this master, and I was amazing right out of the gate. Like it's not like that.
I don't want to. Let's not sound pretentious.
But